Hello again. It's Nicole live with Positive Impact for Mind and Body. And guess what? We're talking about happiness today. And although that may seem to be a little elusive to get to on certain days, I have some great tips and pointers to help you be more happy. This has come from Metatron as well as Raguel, which I find is interesting because Raguel, I believe, is the angel of harmony ultimately, which is where happiness really is in harmony, right? When we're in harmony with our lives and our work and relationships, generally we tend to be more happy. So I'm happy to bring this information to you because I don't think a lot of people talk about it very often. I think the go to for weight loss specifically has always been a diet or exercise regime or a pill or a shake or a process, and I am happy to say that uh, happiness actually ranks right up there with all of the most powerful tools you can think of in order to lose weight. So, how do we get happy? How do we figure out ways to be happier? In my 20s, I used to be very, very opinionated, very judgmental, and it was a part of my job. I was a wardrobe consultant and wardrobe stylist and costumer for television and film. My job depended on me looking at people critically. Oh, that's not going to work. Oh, yeah, hell no. Turning around and saying, we got to get a new makeup artist, or we have to get, you have to get into Escada or Celine or whoever designer, I was into at the time. So I had this really critical way of looking at people and things that made me successful in television and film. I was very good at what I did. I had an eagle eye, but personally, it made me very uncomfortable anytime anyone wore something strange or I didn't like the color of their hair. I was an image consultant ultimately and did wardrobe and costumes. Or I would kind of cringe at people who were overweight. Now I have a very different outlook. And one of the things I dedicated myself to was losing my opinion, losing the judgment, and trying to come from a place that I really felt represented who I was more than my ability to criticize someone or point out what was going wrong with them. So that was really interesting to kind of realize in my 20s that happened. And as I got older, I got better and better at it. And then I started to realize that being discerning was different than judging. So if you're being discerning and trying to help someone out, that's one thing. If you're judging someone simply because they're in front of you and they just don't, I want to say, align with your beliefs, which is the next thing I'm going to come up with, uh, that means that there's something in you that has been judged or has had issues with being judged, either by your parents or siblings or coworkers, and you are then perpetuating that, trying to make yourself feel better by judging other people. So I was constantly being judged in television and film. I was constantly under scrutiny about my performance, whether or not I was doing well, how much I was doing well, how well I coordinated talent with my host and made sure no one was wearing clashing items. That was a devastating moment when I realized I had okayed an outfit and it was clashing with the guest. Ah, terrible, terrible moment. Horrible. You feel horrible. But anyway, those are just some examples um, for how to kind of rein it in and be happier just being a part of someone else's conversation or life. Um, is there a happiness pill? Nope, there's no happiness pill. I mean, yeah, you could take drugs and get really happy. But when you're taking those drugs, what you're doing is you're overstimulating the neurochemistry in your brain. And it becomes so hard to get back there without that drug. So you don't want to do drugs, okay? You don't want to do chemicals. Like I said, I worked with and I observed Dr. Packard for, I guess it must have been about 3 months, and how he treated his patients. And his answer to everything was injection with neurochemicals, and it only worked half the time. It didn't work the whole time. So there you go. And these are educated people in medicine. So um, even the best of intentions to use a medication or a chemical to get to the weight loss process or be successful in the weight loss process can backfire. The other thing I wanted to say about weight loss in general is that uh, just try to imagine attaining any goal without being happy. How easy would that be? Hmm? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Nope. Nope. No one ever is very unhappy when they're trying to attain a goal that's dear and near to their heart. So that's the problem with I think a lot of our weight loss goals are we're taking the cue, I want to say, from other weight loss professionals. And Barbara's here. Hi, Barb. I'm thinking, hang on. Okay, I'm happy. Yes, yes, Barbara, good job. When we take our cue from other weight loss professionals, what we're doing is we're absorbing their energy, we're absorbing their MO, right? And a lot of them are not for nothing highly competitive. What if you're not highly competitive, right? Here we go again. Hey, Nicole. You look good. Ah, thank you, Barb. I miss you. I miss you, baby. We got to get together and work out soon. So anyway, you want to have happiness in your life. You want to be able to say, I am happy, I am joyful, whether you're attaining your goals or not, because that endorphin rush, the dopamine increase, is going to help you really balance your metabolism and bring that healthy weight back to your body and mind effortlessly. So that's why we have to keep happy in the picture. Okay. One of the ways I like to increase my happiness, and these may seem a little bit daunting, but like, again, like I said, I've been working on this stuff for a couple of years now, like 20 years. So don't expect it to happen like that, but try to create this habit in your mind. Have zero expectations of yourself, other people, work, or events in your life. So go into life like a newborn kid, where you're just experiencing life. You're just experiencing this moment with this person. You're just experiencing who they are in that moment. It doesn't mean you have to agree with them or even like them. You're just in a state of experience, and you're dropping judgment, right? What we said in the very beginning. Have no expectations, drop judgment, and start to really hone in and focus on that level of joy and compassion and love in your own heart. Now, that sounds like airy fairy or kind of like, goofy, but this is grounded in science. This is all scientific fact. If you are happy, all those neurochemicals in your brain, the neurochemistry in your brain is going to help you lose your weight. So that's one thing. The second thing is to limit your exposure to toxic people. Limit your exposure to toxic people. This is a big one because I believe that we all have toxic people in our lives. Feel free. You don't have to say names like my aunt put in the chat. You could say my mother-in-law put in the chat. But whatever you want in the chat, I get it. I totally get it. Sometimes you come across toxic people and you don't even realize it because they're so good about telling you how toxic they are. They're so engaging. They're good at storytelling that you're like, wow, really? But then you realize you walk away and you feel drained and a little sad, maybe a little lost, out of balance. Any of those things can really help to disrupt your metabolism through brain neurochemistry. And you really want to dig into that and make sure that no one is controlling you, which is this is what I wrote about, and it's coming out soon. This is a part of my big announcement, but it's coming out soon. Archangel Raphael said, weight loss is not about control. It's about peace. And when you stick with that thought for a moment, weight loss is not about control. It's not about discipline. It's not about controlling myself or anyone else. It's about peace and being free of someone else's control. So when you're with toxic people, they kind of have control over you. No? Right? Yeah, they do. They have control over you. So you want to make sure you avoid toxic people. The other thing I find is that when we are in a position to help other people and we really want to help and we want to be there, we overpromise. Some of us, we tend to overpromise and we get very involved in the overpromise. So I try to personally promise only what I can manage. Otherwise, and I see this happen time and time again, especially with 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds and even 40-year-olds. A lot of us don't get this message until really late in life, that by overpromising and giving everyone else what they need, we don't get very much back. Do you find that? We don't get as much as we thought we would back. And not that we're supposed to or we should want to, but it would be nice, if someone cared about us as much as we cared about them. So try not to overpromise any more than you can actually afford to spend energetically, physically, emotionally, and mentally. I find those three things to be the best way. Is that called the holidays? Yes. Yes, that's the holidays. Try not to overpromise. It's so important. I was thinking the other day, and Barbara, you probably have the same experience too, that every holiday I notice I am expected to host. Did you ever notice that? Anyone else notice like how you're expected to host all the time? And recently, my son's in Spain, and we're considering going to Spain. It depends on how quickly we can get our passports back. And I let my family know that I didn't know if I was going to be able to do Thanksgiving because I wasn't sure when. Yes. I wasn't sure when I was going to be able to leave for Spain. It might be over Thanksgiving or it might be later in December. So I said I really didn't know and I wasn't making any plans. And, it's interesting to me, my family looked at each other and they're like, well, I guess we could go to so and so instead of offering like, well, we can have Thanksgiving. Why don't you come to our house if you're around? Let us know. Instead of offering, it was more like, oh, gee, they're not going to host. So where are we going to go now? So that's what I mean. So try not to overextend. For many, many years, 3 kids, a husband, family members throwing birthday party after birthday party after birthday party, Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter. And every single time I'm thinking, I want to have a good time here, but it's so much work, right? It's just so much work. So don't overpromise yourself. It's just not going to produce the same results than if you had just catered something, right? Barbara's probably thinking about her holiday parties now. Those are like I said, zero expectations. Try not to judge or criticize other people or situations, and limit your exposure to toxic people. Those are the top 3 things that I think are so important in maintaining your own happiness. Now, the 4th thing, and this is probably the most important, excuse me, is to make sure that you are doing things that make you happy. And it's not a selfish thing. This isn't a selfish thing. This is a thing that I think God has implanted in us. Excuse me. To make us happy. Figure out what that is. I'm so sorry. I'm like choking here. Figure out what makes you happy. I know for me personally, it's like this. It's not an obsession, I guess. I love working out. I love working out. Sorry. I love painting. I love drawing. I love visiting friends and family, which Barbara and I will have to get together soon. Oh, she keeps writing me. You see these comments coming in? I told my family years ago that I'm locking the door, just saying. But did you really lock the door, Barbara? Come on, just saying. Um, find things and ways that you are happy. One of the easiest things that I have always loved to do is go for a walk in the park. What's the benefit of going for a walk in the park? Is meeting fabulous dogs. It's not their owners. Their owners are okay too. But I love meeting the dogs and checking out the kids playing and things like that. So that's what you should be really focusing on, is not how everything in your life isn't going well or what's not going well. Find the things that are going well and capitalize on it, right? Make it big. Barbara, yay! I kept my word. They haven't been here. Only my mom, no siblings. Okay, that's what you need. So, and Barbara knows this. I've been working with Barbara for a while now, and she's heard me talk about happiness and joy before. But you too need to go out and make your day exactly what you want. Now, final word on this, and I'm trying to make this a short podcast because I know y'all got things to do. But I will be rolling out my weight loss series of meditations very soon. It's just a couple of technical glitches I have to get over on my website. And then I'll be rolling out 3 emotional meditations: transforming fear, transforming anger, and transforming depression, which a lot of us don't even realize that we are holding. And I have experienced through many, many trainings and many, many Reiki sessions and readings that we tend to hold on to a lot of this depression. So those are the top 3 emotions that can disrupt your metabolism and cause you to gain weight. And then there's the last one, which is about happiness. So basically, if you answer the questionnaire I'm going to be posting on here soon, and you find that you are generally happy with everything in your life, then all you need is the Making Peace with Weight Loss meditation, which is the last one that's available. Now, these meditations are not thousands of dollars. They're not hundreds of dollars. The angels asked me to create something that was accessible to everyone, including people who didn't have a lot of money or couldn't spend a lot of time doing my full assessments and my workouts and my nutrition programs and things like that. So these are only about $17.99 to $29.99 for a meditation, and you're going to be so shocked at your results. If you listen to it consistently for 21 days, at least once a day, twice a day is even more powerful. You're going to start to notice your brain start to shift into happier, and healthier habits. So I am so excited to unveil that. I'm hoping to do it over the weekend. So stay tuned. I may come on and just let you know what link you can go to take my free online emotion assessment for weight loss. And that will be coming out very, very soon. If you take that emotional assessment, there's an emotional oracle on there. You're going to take the emotional assessment, answer all the questions, and do the emotional oracle. And that will tell you what emotion needs most work in order for your brain to start telling your body how to lose weight. Okay, bottom line. And that's about it. So I am going to put my website on here, and you will see, if you do go to my website today, you will see the page Be a Body Psychic. At the bottom of those page offerings, you'll see a tab specifically for weight loss meditations. You can check it out if you want, or you can wait for the emotion oracle to come out in my assessment, my free emotion assessment. It's up to you. You could do either or. Read the information. It's all based in science. I've delineated it down to these emotions and making it easier and more accessible for you. So if you want to check it out, you could go to my Mind Body. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you the specific link to that page, and then you can check it out. And like I said, you're my favorite people on here. So you can always do the emotion assessment later if you felt like it. But this is the link to the weight loss meditations now, if you feel like checking it out now. It's so inexpensive and so easy that you can be on any diet. You can be on any exercise program, or you could be doing nothing. And you will just start to see how you naturally gravitate to the right foods, the right drinks, the right physical activity that's right for you. I'm really happy about this. I just, it's something I've dreamed about doing for a long time, and the angels have been on board with me 100% since day one. They've been asking me to do this for about, I want to say, 4 or 5 months. So here it is, and I hope you enjoy it. Please, if you do end up purchasing a meditation right away, start the 21 days of meditating. Let me know your results. Give me some feedback. Let me know how you feel about it, and I will include your results in future meditations. Maybe even make it even better. But I swear to you, these meditations were basically transcripted words from our channeled sessions into the meditations, specific visualization, specific ways of saying things. It's been a real pleasure working with the angels like this, and I hope to do more of this sort of thing for you in the future. So anyway, I'm psyched. Yes, Barbara. Yay. I love you guys. I love you, Barbara. And I will talk to you next Tuesday at 1 p.m. unless there's a surprise announcement about these meditations and the free emotion assessment online. So I might be back on Friday or Saturday to let you know when that happens. Okay. I love you guys. Enjoy